What's up, my awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys. And in front of me is the amazing Tamara Glynn from Halloween 5. Introduce yourself, Tamara. Or say hello.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I am Tamara Glynn, and I played Samantha Thomas in Halloween 5.
Okay, so thank you for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for asking.
So, okay, we are going to get started with some questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, the first question is, what inspired you to become an actress, and what is the best thing about being part of the film and television business?
Oh, the thing that inspired me most to become an actress was back in the day, I did the pageant thing, the modeling thing, and an agent, a talent theatrical agent from Miami saw me and actually so-called discovered me. So I went to Los Angeles with an agent and my mother, of course, at a very young age, and I basically started working immediately. I was very blessed. I got into, acting classes and improv and private study, and I worked hard, and that was early on. And then I guess the thing that inspires me most about being an actress, even now looking back, is just the whole fan base of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, complimenting you on your work, and when people remember you, especially now, as opposed to when I was 18 and doing such films as Halloween 5, it's just very rewarding and very heartfelt for people to remember your work and who you are.
That's good. How did you get involved with Halloween 5?
Oh, I went into audition for Halloween 5. It was like on a Thursday. I was leaving to go to Miami on like a Friday, and I went in and I read for the casting director. They put me on tape, and they sent the tape to Dominique. And I left for Miami the next day, and lo and behold, I was on the set of Miami Vice, and I got the phone call from my manager, and she said, "Guess what? You've booked Halloween 5." So, yeah, it was very exciting. I even, had the opportunity to share the news with Don Johnson and Philip Michael. So, yeah, it was a quite exciting time.
And that's awesome. And I'm sure you were a fan of the series before you got Halloween 5, so that was probably the greatest reaction for you.
Right. I mean, I had been a fan of the original. The original was released in 78. And in 78, I guess I'm going to tell my age here. But, I personally saw it in theaters when I was 10.
Wow.
Maybe I shouldn't tell that. But I was just a huge fan from the get-go. And when I got the call that I was actually, going to be auditioning for a role in the film, I mean, my God, that was just a dream come true.
Well, that is awesome. And can you give us one word to describe your character, Sammy? Or Samantha?
Analytical.
Okay.
It's nuts. No. Hot and analytical.
Okay, what was the filming process like when shooting Halloween 5?
Oh, the filming process was amazing. The crew was amazing. Fellow, actors and actresses were amazing. I mean, everyone from Dominique, Mr. Akkad, everyone as a whole. I think we all went into this and we approached it with true team effort. And I think that's one of the reasons that it did translate so well on screen and continues to have the following to date that it did, 24, 25 years ago. So.
All right. The next question. And this is, I've actually thought about this one. You worked with Wendy Kaplan, who played Tina, and I was just curious if you guys stayed in contact after the movie, or, what happened?
It's unfortunate that life's events just sometimes don't keep us as close to those that we would really like to have the opportunity to stay in touch with. Right after, age 5, I moved back home to Arkansas to take care of my grandfather.
Yeah.
Who was terminally ill with cancer. And, you lose track of people. We all go our separate ways. And, there were so many times throughout the years that I would think about everyone so often and just wonder what they were up to, and were they married? Did they have kids? Just fun stuff like that.
That's cool. And working with Danielle Harris, was that awesome?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Danielle was such a little charm. What a trooper. I think professionalism, Danielle, it was just instinctively inbred in her from a young age. And she's just continued to do just incredible work over the years. And I'm very proud of her.
That's cool. The next question is, how was it fighting against Don Shanks in the barn scene? And was he creepy, wearing the mask at all to you?
He was creepy, and the death scene wasn't, it was written in the script, different than what we ended up doing. Samantha was going to originally be somewhat of an easy kill, a typical kill for Myers, and it came time to shoot the scene, and I went to Dominique, and I asked him, I said, we see Samantha, and I gave him these, these bullet points, these points that we see her in the film. I said, and she wasn't a weak character, but I said, can we give her some spunk?
Yeah.
Let her fight back. Sammy's got it in her, and I really believe that in the character. And so we went with that, and it was a beautiful outcome, and translated just excellent on the big screen.
Well, and I love that.
Yes, and he did freak me out.
It's a very
And the tears that you catch in the barn scene, those are actual real tears. So yeah, I was totally into that scene, trust me.
Well, I was gonna say, he looks very intimidating when he's wearing that mask, and that whole scene is creepy.
It is, but I tell you what, it was so beautifully shot. Dominique, Rob Draper, everyone just did such an amazing job lighting it, and with the effects that were going on. I mean, Greg Nicotero and Mark Maitrey were right there, since Spitz had on the application that the pitchfork was going to come through. It was just an amazing, fun time.
Well, that's fun. And I wanted to say real quickly, I love that you did fight back. So that was interesting that you went to him and said, I think it would be great if she fought back. I'm
a fighter. It was that natural kind of, I am girl, hear me roar, even at 18 that came out. And I just felt that at that point, Sammy's circuits were on hold sometimes, so on and so forth. But I thought, let's see some and it worked out great.
Well, that is awesome. The next question is, did you ever expect Halloween 5 to become the cult classic it is today?
No.
No?
No, I mean, it's just amazing for that to have been that many years ago, Justin, and the franchise, what I've personally experienced is just continually picking up speed.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is so great. I don't know how many franchises there are out there that have the capabilities that the Halloween franchise, has as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that has been so important, and Halloween is a classy franchise, and sometimes it's hard for me to even lump it in the horror genre, even though it is. Halloween has been unlike anything I've personally seen, and I'm not trying to discredit any of those other franchises out there, but I really have a lot of respect for the way they've driven this beast.
Yeah.
And it's worked, and people love it, and they want more and more and more. And the writers have been amazing. The directors. They've just been very savvy.
Yeah.
And being consistent, and I think the consistency has paid off and paid off very well. And that's nice.
That is very nice, and I love that new generations of fans can go back and look at these movies and then follow the series as it goes along.
Right.
So, okay. The next question is, what was your first fan encounter? On the internet or in person?
Oh, I guess my first fan encounter was the day that Justin Beam, who is the voice of the franchise, first fan encounter, Justin and I bumped into each other on August 27th of 2012. We had been shooting emails back and forth the majority of the day. And finally I got one from him, and he says, "Would you mind if I turn your Facebook loose, on the Halloween movies page?" And I said, "Nah, go ahead." I really wasn't expecting anything at all. And it was so amazing that within no time, and I kid you not, I had like over 1,000 friend requests.
Oh, wow.
And the love started pouring, and it was just surreal. I mean, I cried. I'm like, these people are amazing.
Well, that is awesome. Well, we're glad to have you.
It was a special time.
So we're glad to have you, because, I was always a big fan of your character in Halloween 5. And I always wanted to know where Sammy was, so I'm glad you're out there talking to the fans, going to conventions.
Sammy's here. She, I only came back to Arkansas to take care of family. The big plan was not for me to stay here forever. And it was one of those things where there was just one series of unfortunate events, one right after the other, and I always put family first.
Yeah.
And I lived up to that.
Well, that's good.
So and now the timing is it's right. The planets are lined up. The good Lord's looking over me, and I'm back.
Yeah, well, that is awesome.
Anywhere. You're not going to get rid of me this time.
Well, we would hate if you went away again, so we're glad you're here.
No,
and the Halloween family, well, you said, and you've mentioned on Facebook, the family, the Halloween family you have on Facebook has just been awesome, and you could just see the love that these Halloween fans have. So
they're unlike there's just something very special and very unique about the Halloween fans. I've never experienced fans like this, and I've tried to kind of sit back and take a look and just kind of observe other things out there that are available to observe.
Yeah.
They are so special.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, these are the most kind-hearted, the most sweet-loving, hard-working, dedicated, loyal fans that you could ever have. I am so blessed to have them. I love them. They know I love them. And, I'm just super grateful.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. The next question is, it's been 35 years since John Carpenter's Halloween has come out, And, you know, why do you think people love that film so much and love the series so much?
Yeah, I think it goes back to, once again, I mean, they have continually had, it's from the writers, it's from the directors, it's the actors. And I think, too, you know, horror sometimes, you know, it's the anticipation factor. You don't have to see all the blood, gore, guts, you know, all the nastiness to read on film. I think it's the anticipation, and there's enough of when Michael strikes with his precision, so to speak, there's enough there to just scare the daylights out of someone.
Yeah.
And that is more effective, my own personal opinion, than, I mean, I'd rather get the lead in to what's about to happen. I'd rather sit there and think, oh my gosh, it's coming, when's it going to happen, as opposed to quick kill, blood everywhere, on to the next, you know, slot, you know, whatever. But they have just done, you know, like I said, from the lighting to the directing to the casting, they've just consistently performed.
Yeah, I agree with that. The next question is, you attended your first convention, which was Horror Hound Weekend in March. And what was that experience like, and how were the fans?
That was a big experience. You know, I've lived in I'm from a small town in Arkansas, lived in LA, but you take me to Cincinnati, Ohio, to Horror Hound, and it was a whole other it was a whole other world. And the cool thing about it, there were just such a diverse group of people there. And I'm just thinking, okay, what's going to happen? Number one, is anyone going to come to my table and see me?
Yeah.
Which would have been totally embarrassing had no one showed up. But it was so refreshing to get that many people who love this genre so much under one roof. And I have never in my life been treated so well.
Yeah.
The respect was there, the love, the kindness, the appreciation. It was just, I'm still speechless over Horror Hound.
Well, I could say, because I met you at Horror Hound for the first time, you were probably the best experience that weekend. You were so kind, so sweet, and the fans just love you.
Aww.
So,
That makes me feel good.
that is, well, you know what? You're an amazing person. The next question is, with conventions, are you doing any future convention appearances?
Right now, there are some more conventions in the early stages. Right now, I am so spending all of my time on the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival that I am getting ready to host and co-direct along with my business partner, Bill Vollen. That's coming to Hot Springs, Arkansas this September 26th through the 29th. It is an international film festival. Yeah. And right now I am literally working round the clock on that project. There are films on the table, and basically what I've had to do is push films to 2014. Wow. After this festival, I have one appearance in LA I'll go out and make, and then I will come back, and then I will go back to LA for our big 35 Years of Terror, which I can't wait.
That is amazing news, because I went to the 30 Years of Terror, and that was so much fun. And the fans are amazing. They are. You could just, I mean, you've seen the loyalty already, but when you go there and you see those Halloween fans, many, many more, they're just loyal.
Well, they are, and it's going to be nice to get out, and I'm hoping I may take my son.
Yeah.
with me to this. He's 17,
Mm-hmm.
and I have told him that he needs to go and experience
Yeah.
and really get the full effect as to what all this is about, because the people are amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And has he, speaking of which, has he seen Halloween 5? Your son?
Has my son?
Yeah. Has he seen Halloween 5?
Yeah, he. Number one, coming from the Bible Belt,
Mm-hmm.
it's not real common for teenage boys to walk around and say, "Hey, my mom was in a horror movie."
Yeah.
That's just kind of that just doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
When he was old enough, and I've been in film and TV and video production my whole life, and he knows the business.
Yeah.
And then finally one day I'm like, "Hey, you want to see something?" And I geared it up to a scene. Of course, it wasn't the barn scene.
Yeah.
But I geared it up, and I'm like, "This is what your mom did in California," and he thinks it's cool.
That's awesome. Well, that is awesome.
He thinks it's cool. He likes me being mom, just mom, and he doesn't understand the fan thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just mom.
Mom, exactly.
Why do these people watch your movie? Because I've seen it, mom, and it's just this little transition period that he's going through, that he and I both are going through together right now with all the rebooting of my career and the excitement.
Yeah.
He's having a blast.
Well, that is awesome. That is just great. So, and then my favorite question is, of course, talking about the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival that you're going to be holding, or what's the word? Hosting, basically.
Yes.
And what's the dates again?
The dates for the Hot Springs Horror Film Festival, right here in beautiful downtown Hot Springs, Arkansas, are September the 26th through the 29th, of course, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
This is an international festival, like I said. It is a without-a-box festival, and filmmakers have to submit through without-a-box.
Yep.
It's going to be an amazing time. My business partner and I have a theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually an historic theater. It was built in 1910.
Mm-hmm.
And we figured with my love for horror, for his love for horror, we have a theater. Let's have a festival.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
So, and we're bringing in some super, super big guests. Of course, Justin Beam, the voice of the Halloween franchise, will attend. Stephen C. Miller, he just released Silent Night.
Silent Night.
McDowell, right. I think it was released theatrically last November. We have Jeff Burr coming in. Jeff is an amazing director that has directed so many things.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Stepfather 2. Jeff Burr did a little film last year called Leatherface.
Yeah.
So, that was just a little film. And I'm totally joking about that. Eric England, who is originally from my home state of Arkansas, Eric's coming in. And actually, he's going to be bringing one of his films with him. And we have amazing panels from film and film distribution and financing. We're going to have ongoing special effects workshops. This is really going to give the filmmakers just this beautiful opportunity to get up close with some of the finest in the industry.
Well, that is awesome. I think it's going to be such an amazing experience for people.
I do too. I'm so excited. There's still so much work to be done.
Yeah.
But I am so excited about it. There's going to be many, many VIP events. and it's really nice, you know, getting the state of Arkansas behind us on this. It is
Yes.
nice to come in and be able to introduce horror, you know, up close and personal, you know, and to explain to people how the effects are done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big learning experience for a lot of people, but I'm super excited for the filmmakers.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bill Ballin, my business partner, and I, we've said, you know, if one filmmaker can walk away from this festival, and if they can take a piece of knowledge and implement that into their next film, bingo.
Well, that is awesome.
That's success.
That is success.
So, yeah.
So that is awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to say thank you so much for doing this interview. I really, really appreciate it a lot.
Thank you. And, you know, also you guys out there, keep an eye on everything that's going on with, you know, this being the 35th year, you know, anniversary for the Halloween franchise. You can check out Halloween Network on YouTube. Justin Beam does have a book that he's aiming to release October 2014. You can find Justin online. Lots of projects are going on, lots of announcements. We're all just in a really good time right now. It's a wonderful ride.
Oh, it is. It's definitely, it's an awesome ride too. So
It is.
it is.
I pinch myself daily. Trust me.
Well, thank you so much, Tamara, for doing this interview. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, and one more thing I want to get in is please visit our website and
Of
the
course.
Horror Festival, and that site is hotsprings.horrorfilmfestival.com.
Oh, and that was another question. Well, I totally forgot. Are there any sites where people can visit
Go
you?
to the site, go to hotsprings.horrorfilmfestival.com, check it out. You know, we're making updates as necessary on the site. If you have questions, there are, you know, several people that you can email directly and they will get back to you. So yeah, check it out.
Well, that is awesome. And is there any sites where people can keep up with you and talk with you?
You can keep up with me via Facebook. That's probably the best way.
Okay.
I do have a fan page. I do have my personal page. You can follow me on Twitter. And yeah, I'm kind of broadening my my social media skills here, so to speak. I'm getting out there more and more. So absolutely.
Well, that is awesome. I'll leave all the links down below, and people can go check out the Hot Springs Film Festival site, you know, your Facebook fan page, everything. So, but thank you so much for this.
That would be great.
Well, you know what? That'll be awesome. So, and thank you again for doing this, Tamara.
Oh, Justin, thank you. And just also, I have to say, I promised my assistant that I would mention her in one interview. So, hi, Steph. Love you. You're the greatest assistant in the world. Mwah. And to the fans, thank you so much for all your love and support.
Okay.
It goes a long way.
Well, guys, I'm going to go. This is the amazing Tamara Glynn from Halloween 5. And I will talk to you guys later. So hope you guys are all having a good day or night. And as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Okay. Bye, guys.